Okay, 2 days in a row now, we've been kicked off of streaming because we had an illegal video. So, we were just this
watching
close.
us.
This close, my friend.
They're watching us.
Oh, yeah, they're watching. It's like the streaming police.
Yep.
I just saw a black car drive down the road with guys in black suits, and they're watching us. They're everywhere.
You're welcome.
Anyway, we apologize for that. We got interrupted there on the Ronnie Millsap video. I guess you got to figure this out, Kevin, that if it's anyone that is a known national artist on a record, major record, you can't play.
I guess not.
I'm just going to go with that right there. But anyway, we are back. We're at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. We got Aaron Konzelman from The Voice coming up at 9 o'clock to entertain us.
Right.
And I guarantee you he won't be kicked off.
Are you sure? He's a big deal. He's been on The Voice
He
deep
was
into
big
it.
time.
I hope we don't get kicked off for having him on.
We're going to have him on. He's going to make his way up here and perform for us live at the Backyard. Speaking of performing and at the Backyard, we're going to start something new coming up in about 10 days or so, which would be Monday, June 23rd. Go ahead and mark it down. Monday, June 23rd, and then every day after that, we're going to invite you to come up here to the Backyard for a free breakfast and either a mimosa or a Bloody Mary, your first one, free. So free cocktail, free breakfast, and you get to watch the entertainment, the live music here on the stage. So that's going to be in the 9 o'clock hour. You're saying, well, wait a minute, I work. Okay, a lot of people don't work those hours. Shift workers, college students who are out for the summertime, real estate agents like me, we're available at 9 in the morning. The list goes on and on. There's a lot of groups that do have the morning time off. They don't get into work till 10 o'clock. Remember the old saying, banker's hours? Some bankers don't go till later. So anyway, we'd love to have you come up here. Now, not only that, but we're going to be giving away concert tickets to the people that attend, that you can come watch concerts here at the Backyard Bar, Stage, and Grill. All right, once again, recap. Monday the 23rd, then the 24th, 25th, 26th. We would love for you to come by at 9 o'clock and be part of the live studio audience. Breakfast, first drink, free music, concert tickets, and no telling what else we may have for you. So mark it down. Get ready for that. That's the big announcement there. June 23rd, 9 a.m. in the morning, Backyard on 8th Street, downtown. All right, we already talked about what today is, but I got to go back and tell you that today, National Corn on the Cob Day. Do you, Kevin, when you eat corn on the cob, do you have the little plastic that look like ear of corn things that stick in the end so you don't get your fingers on it?
No, I just pick it up.
You just go straight into it, don't you?
Although being from Indiana, we'd go to the state fair and they would have the corn still on the shuck,
right?
Pull it back and have that dipped and cooking, and so you would just hold it by the shuck and eat it that way.
Hey, I thought of the name of the town that has the big corn festival is Holland, Texas. Holland is east of Temple over there. But anyway, Holland, a great little town, Holland Corn Festival. You ever seen the video of the guy that takes the corn on the cob and puts it on a stick and then puts it in a drill and spins it and eats it and it gets butter on it?
Yeah, that seems crazy. That's too fast.
You got to be careful. You might get your beard or your hair caught in the drill.
There's a lot going on here.
There is a lot. You have a lot going on over there.
Yeah, I mean, that's too fast. You got to savor that thing.
A lot of people don't realize that's not Kevin's head hair. That's out of his ears. He's growing that long hair out of his ears.
Lots of hair. Hair everywhere.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, we're acting crazy and foolish. Do we have a video that we can play? Do you have one maybe that?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play a classic music video,
Not
and
so
hopefully we'll stay on the streaming here. But we have lots more coming up, so stick around. Zack Owen Show, brought to you by my friends at Be Kind Coffee, Alan Samuels, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, over at Mike's Car Care Center on Sanger Avenue, Jack of All Trades Employment Services, and The Backyard. Back after this music video.
To Larry Dust and a farm boy's nose, wondering where the freight train goes. Standing in a field by the railroad track, cussing the stripe on my cotton sack. And I can see Mom and Dad with shoulders low, both of them picking on a double row. And they do it for a living because they must. That's life like it is in the Tulare dust. First thing I remember knowing was a lonesome whistle blowing, a youngest dream growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I'm bound. No one could change my mind, but Mama tried. The one and only rebel child from a family meek and mild, my mama seemed to know what lay in store. Despite all my Sunday learning, toward the bad I kept on turning, till Mama couldn't hold me anymore. I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried, Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. It leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Dear old daddy, rest his soul, left my mom a heavy load. She tried so very hard to fill his shoes, working hours without rest, wanted me to have the best. She tried to raise me right, but I refused. And I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried, Mama tried, Mama tried to raise me better. Pleading I denied, it leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried.
How we stayed on after a Merle Haggard video right there. All right. Somebody must have had a video camera and videoed that from the audience and didn't go through the customary ways of paying royalties and all that. But anyway, Merle Haggard right there, Zack Owen Show, live Monday through Friday. You know, normally at this time on a Wednesday, we have Pat Curry on talking about what's going on in Austin. But last week, we didn't have Pat on because it was his birthday, and he was celebrating and having a good time. This week, he's in an airplane right now flying, so we're going to miss him. But we're going to have him in the studio next Wednesday to talk about what they just wrapped up down in Austin, but find out what our elected officials are doing for us in Central Texas in Austin. That'll be next Wednesday. Pat Curry will be on the show. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll come back. We got the bad joke of the day. Aaron is going to be here to sing some songs for you at 9 o'clock on the backyard indoor stage here. And a reminder about this, tomorrow, give you a little heads up, Jay Elliott from over in Marlin, he's going to be on the show to talk about some big car show that's coming up. So Jay Elliott tomorrow, and Ethan Gonzalez, musician, will be on the show. Back right after this.
Are you ready to take control of your health? At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. Say goodbye to long waits and office visits. Check your health on your own terms with 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today and free yourself from traditional medicine. That's the number 4uhealth.com. At Fullwell, we bring together the expertise of registered dietitians, MDs, and OBGYNs to give you the best fertility support. Our research-backed bioavailable formulas are crafted with your health in mind, ensuring the highest quality and safety. From preconception to pregnancy and beyond, we exceed industry standards with independent testing for harmful contaminants. With our comprehensive practitioner directory, personalized care is always within reach. Fullwell, your trusted partner on your fertility journey. Visit us at fullwellfertility.com. Experience the perfect blend of exquisite craftsmanship and life-changing technology with Gevi. Every product is built with precision, featuring specialized parts that ensure durability, efficiency, and safety. We put every machine through 6,000 rigorous tests to guarantee long-lasting performance. With cutting-edge technology and a commitment to energy efficiency, Gevi makes your life easier, greener, and more convenient. Upgrade your everyday with Gevi. Visit us at gevi.com to discover more. That's gevi.com.
With San, owning iconic furniture no longer requires paying a premium. We use the finest materials like Italian top-grain leather, known for its durability and luxurious feel, and apply meticulous attention to detail in every piece we create. Our replicas are crafted with the same care and precision as the originals, but a price that makes them accessible. With over 15,000 satisfied customers worldwide, we've proven that high-quality furniture doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Explore our collection today at san.com.
At Konzelman, we've revolutionized protective solutions with cutting-edge, customizable covers, tarps, and curtains. Using advanced tech fabrics that are 100% waterproof, UV tear, and abrasion resistant, we ensure lasting durability with hand-sewn double-stitch seams. Our commitment to quality, precision engineering, and customizable options is unmatched. With vertically integrated operations and express shipping, we deliver premier protection at affordable prices. Visit coversandall.com today for the perfect fit, guaranteed to last.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
I've learned anything in the last year, it's that to show up as my best, I need to make intentional choices. And that goes back to the absolute basics. Number one, it's I have to move. And number two, to stay hydrated.
I have been using molecular hydrogen from Water and Wellness to support my health and well-being. It helps with energy, recovery, liver health, and more. The hydrogen has been a game-changing addition to my own wellness routine. The tablets dissolve into my water and deliver powerful minerals to help my body feel its best all day long.
It all began with a simple idea, cutting handles off old ski sticks to create better pull-up bars. This sparked the creation of the revolutionary Engels 90 handles. After testing over 70 prototypes with 300 athletes, our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Have you ever wondered why so many pet parents are choosing to have virtual vet appointments? Online veterinary care is making it easier than ever to get expert advice for your pet. Our professionals are not only experts in managing urgent concerns, but also in providing top-notch preventative health care. We're proud to connect pet owners to a vast network of licensed veterinary professionals, ready to address any immediate concerns and expand access to pet care. Book your first appointment today.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
We are live, backyard, bar, stage, and grill. And before we have Aaron get up and sing for us, it's that time of the morning. And Aaron, you must laugh, whether it's good or bad. Kevin, you must laugh. And MK, Marketing Kindle, must laugh because it's time for our bad joke of the day. Why did the yogurt go to art school? Because it had great culture. Oh, hold on. We've got a bonus bad joke of the day today.
Another one?
How do you stop a bull from charging? You cancel its credit card.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Aaron, you didn't know you were going to walk into such humor.
I love it. I love dad jokes all the way.
You know, am I funnier than Blake Shelton?
Very much so.
Okay, thank
I have
you.
to say, yeah.
I just wanted to hear that straight from Aaron. Aaron is with us. Konzelman. I got to know, you're the first Konzelman I've ever met. What is the history on that last name, the heritage?
That is a German last name. My grandfather was a German Lutheran pastor, and family moved here about 150 years ago and been doing church and music stuff ever since. So,
I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
I love names that you just don't hear a lot, and you can find out history about them like that.
Yeah.
Aaron is here with us today to sing some great songs. But before we jump straight into the music, we're going to find out a little bit about Aaron. We just found out about Grandpa, but tell me about you. Where are you originally from, and where are you now?
So I was actually born and raised here just outside of Waco in West. Born in West and grew up on a ranch kind of out between West and Whitney. And my family's been here since before I was born, moved to Texas when they retired from the music industry. And I grew up here doing music with my parents. My dad worked for Word Records for about 30 years as a producer, engineering music for all the contemporary Christian music through the 80s and 90s he did. And so I grew up in the studio, getting to hang out with a lot of great Christian artists and rock artists and people that would fly down from Nashville to record, and out at our little ranch studio on the river, and spent that doing music till I was 13, then started touring and doing my own music and traveling around.
So definitely what your dad did influenced you, but when did you realize that you could sing, that, hey, I could actually sing, or hey, I could actually play a guitar?
Probably about 12 or 13. We had instruments all over our house, hanging on the walls everywhere, because we were a music family. And I started realizing, hey, I can carry a tune, and it's actually, I feel like I can communicate better through music when I sing anyway. So I started singing in church, and then made a band when I was about 14 with some guys from the church, and we started touring around together in our teenage years. And it made sense to me, really, really young.
You know, you brought up about Word. There's a bug flying around me. The heck? No, it's not a cricket. It's a bug.
That's all I got.
I have that trouble, Aaron. The other day there was a fly that would not leave me alone. I don't know why. Anyway, you were talking about Word.
Yeah.
You know, at one time, Word was the standard. I mean, it was for Christian and unbelievable.
Absolutely. Yeah, they were huge in Waco here. And when my parents retired from Sparrow Records, they moved over to Word. They were with Sparrow in the 60s and 70s, then moved to Word in the 80s. And they were huge. So there's a huge Nashville-Waco connection that's been around for 40, 50 years because of Word being here and launching all that type of music. So, yeah.
That's incredible. All right. We're not going to talk about The Voice yet, because we want to jump into the music and get going with some music here on a hump day morning. What are you going to sing for us first there, Aaron?
This is a song called Trouble that my wife and I wrote together a couple years back. It's just kind of a swampy song about finding trouble everywhere you go.
Yeah. All right.
Back in the hills of Tennessee, there's a girl waiting there for me. Swore that I'd come back one day, marry that girl and take her away. Well, I shipped out in '69 and signed my soul on the dotted line, headed for some distant shore. I don't know what I'm fighting for. Trouble always finds me, unless I find her first. I'm doomed to wander this whole wide world until I quench this unending thirst, till they put me 6 feet down in the earth. Well, I've seen fire and I've seen rain, and I felt the heat of hell's flames. I went to church and paid my dues, walked a mile in the devil's shoes. So I went and knocked at the pearly gates. They said, sorry boy, there's no room today. I felt fire and I felt rain, and I need to know how to home again. Ooh, trouble always finds me, unless I find her first. I'm doomed to wander this whole wide world till I quench this unending thirst, till they put me 6 feet down in the earth.
Woo! I like that. Here's the deal: is it tough or this early in the morning to cut loose with a song, your voice, or?
For me, no. It used to be when I was younger. I had to be 10:30, 11 o'clock before anything could go down. But I've got 2 kids and 4 dogs, so I'm up at 5 a.m. no matter what. And so I've been awake for probably 4 or 5 hours already.
Yeah.
And music is just such a part of our life and our house that
Right.
Most mornings I get up, I'll make coffee and sit in the living room, and I'll write music or play for an hour before ever getting out of the house.
Yeah.
Anyway. So.
We were talking, it's funny you say coffee. We were talking about coffee earlier this morning and how much you drink. What is your go-to coffee? Just straight black, or what do you put in it?
I love straight black coffee, yeah. And I love Peruvian straight black coffee. It's one of my favorites. My wife and I got to lead a music trip down to Peru, Guatemala and Peru a couple years back, and just got hooked on Peruvian coffee beans. They're unbelievable. So every morning we order the same ones from Amazon every single week.
Yeah.
And,
I've had Guatemalan, but I don't think I've had Peru coffee.
It is something else. It's strong and dark. I love it. It's a lot like how I feel about myself. It's strong and dark and too hot to handle. So that's how I like to drink it too.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Tell us about being from West. West is a great area, a great history there, a Czech history.
Yeah.
You got Westfest, you got the rodeo that goes on. Now you can go there and drive through the Christmas lights, and it's always been a community that comes together. You know, the tragedy a few years ago with the plant blowing up over there, the fertilizer. But it's been a very strong community. Have been buddies with Tommy Muska, former mayor over there for so many years, and I've always admired the people from West.
Yeah, it's a really amazing community. I mean, you've got West and you've got Aquila, which is basically right across the highway from that.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes out into Whitney. But I grew up technically our ranch was way out near the edge of Golson, so about 6-7 minutes away from West, technically. But we kind of grew up in West. And so I was born at the hospital there. And it's so fun because it is a real small Texas town. I mean, everybody knows each other. Up until recently, there's only a few bars to go to, a few restaurants. Everybody goes to the same school. It's this really interesting feel when you go there.
Yeah.
And getting to perform music there over the years, because it's like you get to see the same faces. They all come in on Friday nights and listen to the music. And it's a really fun town. Lots of history, lots of Czech and German history, and lots of music history in West still.
I'm old enough, and I'm sure most everybody, but I remember when you were driving down I-35, there was nothing on the right side, the west side of the interstate.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's booming.
It's booming. Yeah, it's blowing up out there. Everything in between there, going all the way out across toward the edge of McLennan and Whitney and all that, it's all connecting, which a lot of Waco's doing the same thing. I mean,
exactly.
We live out near Robinson now, and when we moved out there was nothing, and now it's almost Hewitt. It's all moving toward each other.
Robinson, China Spring,
yeah.
all of it out there. But I was thinking, the only thing that I can recall on the west side was Gerald Bolton Chevrolet was out there. And there used to be a little bar, and we've talked about this before. There was a little bar out by Gerald Bolton that was out there. But anyway, west, a great town. We're here with music, Aaron Konzelman. And we're going to talk about his appearance on The Voice coming up in just a couple of minutes. But we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Dive into adventure with Scuba.com, your ultimate destination for top-tier scuba and snorkeling gear. With over 20 years of experience, our expert staff, who've dived everywhere from the Galapagos to the Maldives, provides personalized advice to help you find the perfect gear for any underwater journey. Shop leading brands like GoPro, Aqualung, and Scuba Pro. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, trust Scuba.com for the best in diving equipment and expert guidance. Explore now at Scuba.com. That's SCUBA.com. Scuba.com. BizChair.com. Your one-stop shop for premium commercial furniture that blends quality with affordability. From ergonomic office chairs to durable restaurant seating, we cater to diverse industries including corporate, medical, hospitality, and education. With over 20 years of experience, we offer fast shipping, exceptional customer support, and furniture solutions that stand up to high-traffic environment. Elevate your space with BizChair's vast selection of stylish, reliable, and cost-effective furniture. Visit us today at BizChair.com to transform your business. At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Born from a third-generation lighting family, we craft beautifully designed, premium lighting that's made to be affordable. Inspired by Grandma Mitzi's eclectic style, we're on a mission to make high-quality lighting accessible to all. Whether you're updating your space or adding a unique fixture, Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi. Founded in 1910, Samsonite is the world leader in durable, high-quality luggage and travel accessories. Made to the highest standards, our products won't let you down. We give you the confidence to get out there and explore. Inspired by the past, devoted to the present, and built to inspire a multi-generational future, Samsonite is here to elevate your journey. Travel with Samsonite and pack confidence every step of the way. Shop now at shop.samsonite.com. The grinder mentality that Randy and Brent Habert built into 44 Pro runs deep within our team. Every member shares a passion for the craft, the game, and most importantly, the player. When you step onto the field with a 44 Pro custom glove, you'll feel the difference. It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro. Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Join us at golfpartnerusa.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for golf lovers worldwide. That's GOLFPARTNERUSA.com. Golf Partner.
Since 2003, Bluehost has been empowering people to harness their brands online with innovative web hosting solutions. Trusted by over 2 million users, we're the longest-running WordPress.org recommended host. With Bluehost, you get a safer, better web experience, supported by the world's most popular site builder, and backed by our commitment to open source projects. Visit Bluehost.com today and take your website to the next level.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internix. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internix.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today.
Be the best parent to the best S-Pup. For Kitty, we decode more than 100,000 data points, so you know what makes them walk, talk, and act like only they can. We provide the best care and make smart health decisions, now and forever. Plan better, care smarter, love longer. Wisdom Panel, the world's leading pet DNA service.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Back live at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill, Zack Owen Show. Here we go. Aaron, what do you got for us this time, buddy?
Got this love song that I wrote about my wife some years back when we were up in Nashville doing some co-writing and recording, and it's just called Everything About Her. I kind of wrote it for her and then surprised her with it, and she loved it, so we cut it on our last little acoustic album.
All right.
Oh, everything about her is everything I need. When I almost lost my faith, one touch brings me to my knees. And I'll never understand what it is she sees in me. Everything about her is everything I need. Oh, she's more than I could hope for, more than I deserve. She's an endless well, and my soul is running dry. When I can't find the answers or reasons to believe, everything about her is everything I need. When I lose my way and I fall down, she is my constant, my solid ground. And I lose my step, I can't know who to be. Everything about her is everything I need. Oh, she's more than I could hope for, more than I deserve. She's an endless well, and my soul is running dry. When I can't find the answers or reasons to believe, everything about her is everything I need. Oh, everything about her is everything I need.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
You said that you wrote that how long did you live in Nashville?
Well, we never really lived there, but we commuted for work. We were staff writers for a publishing company that worked with Broken Bow Records.
Right.
And so we would drive up probably once a month.
Wow.
And stay for a week, and then with my aunt and uncle, because all my family lives there from years back in the music business. And we'd go up, stay for about a week, and then we'd come home, and a month later we'd go back up again and stay for a week, and we'd sit and co-write and go into the office and write and record and stuff. And so it kind of feels like we lived there.
Yeah. When was the last time you spent time in Nashville?
Probably 2 Christmases ago now. It's been about 2 years.
I went up a while back. It is so crazy how it has exploded and got more and more stuff.
I know. Yeah, it's gone nuts. When we would go up, my family lived in Franklin, so just south of Nashville. So
I love Franklin. Beautiful
we'd be in the
town.
country. It's beautiful out there, but we worked in the city, right on Division Street was where our publisher was, and so there was a few, all the Publishing Row stuff, all the old traditional places and bars and venues, but just in the last 2 years, I have a lot of friends that were on The Voice with me that live there now.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's so many people moving there and so many new venues and so many new things. It's exploding big time.
I remember when I was in radio years and years ago, they'd have the Country Radio Festival for DJs. Originally, it was called the DJ Convention. But anyway, you would go, and the highlight was we're going to go to Tootsie's. We're going to go to Ernest Tubb Record Shop. Yep. Now, we're going to go to Kid Rock's place.
I know.
We're going to go to Garth's place. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. And the Old Red, Blake Shelton's bar is there. Yeah. And there's just, it used to be, Puckett's or Merity's, or you'd go to Bluebird Cafe, or you'd go to the Hard Rock, but now it's like a major tourist attraction downtown. There's so much stuff.
Construction on the new football stadium is going on.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's exploding.
Hey, here's some things that happened, Aaron, on this date in history with country music.
Okay.
You could recognize a couple of these names here. 1966, this guy had the #1 song, but the amazing thing about this guy is he never really dressed country. He always wore a suit. Eddie Arnold had the #1 song with I Want to Go With You, but more important, Eddie Arnold is the guy that kind of started the term countrypolitan. You know, it wasn't really hardcore traditional. Yeah, he put orchestra music into his music and so forth. So countrypolitan, Eddie Arnold, 1966. 1982, Willie Nelson stars in the movie Barbarossa, expanding his image as a country music outlaw and actor. I don't remember Barbarossa.
I do not. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, we're going to have to look that up later.
For real.
1990, Travis Tritt releases Help Me Hold On. Beautiful song, #1 on the country charts.
Amazing.
2001, Toby Keith, the late great Toby Keith, I'm Just Talking About Tonight, released and went to #1. 2013, Florida Georgia Line, Cruise breaks the record for longest running #1 on the country singles chart. 2016, Maren Morris releases her debut album, Hero, featuring that hit song, My Church. A beautiful song. So a few things that happened on this date in country music history. Before we get back to Aaron's music, I want to tell you about my friends over at Allen Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, and all that. Ted, Teague, and the crew are ready to serve you because right now it's employee pricing. You're going to pay the same price that the employees pay, which is a great deal, whether it's a Dodge, maybe it's a Ram tough truck. You're looking at one of the beautiful Jeeps. I was in there the other day because I just purchased a used vehicle from LB over there at Allen Samuels. And, you know, when I was younger, in fact, my first vehicle was a 1956 Jeep. Came straight from, I think, Korea is where it came from, the war. And you walk into the showroom now and look at what a Jeep looks like today. Well, they've got a great selection at Allen Samuels, right there off of Highway 84 and Highway 6. You can't miss it. Beautiful dealership. And you know what they've been saying for years? Come by. Let's be friends at Allen Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. All right, Aaron, what do you have for us this time, buddy?
Got a tune called The Only Way Out Is Through. $10 between us, and nothing to call our own. And these walls are just walls, it's our love that makes this a home. The rain won't stop falling, the water is rising again. Why hold you close and we'll weather the storm that we're in. We may feel like running sometimes, but baby, don't give up this fight when all of your strength is gone. I'll carry you. Maybe the only way out is through. Maybe the only way out is through. When the days grow long and you can't seem to catch your breath, the voices get louder, saying you're in over your head. The rain won't stop falling, the water is rising again.
Love throws us a line, then pulls us to safety again. We may feel like running sometimes, but baby, don't give up this fight. When all of your strength is gone, I'll carry you. 'Cause maybe the only way out is through. Maybe the only way out is through. And maybe the only way out is through. Oh, maybe the only way out is through. Thank you.
How long ago did you write that?
I wrote that song with my wife probably about 5 years ago. Yeah.
Is your wife musically?
Yeah, so everything that we've released, our catalog's probably about 85 to 90 songs at this point, and we've written everything together for 22 years. So we co-write every song. She helps me produce and write the harmony. When we get in the studio, she helps me arrange it. So we do everything together in tandem as a team.
That is great. That is great. Maybe we can get her on the show.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man.
You know, you have to stay home and take care of the kids
I'd
while
have
she's
to
here.
stay home, I know. Yeah. And the 4 dogs, yeah, no kidding.
All right. I told everybody we'd wait and put this off and talk about it, but The Voice.
Yeah.
You know, back many years ago, my partner Jim and I on the radio had a chance to follow along and do updates from the show with Holly Tucker back when Holly was on. And we've interviewed her. She's been on the show. So now I have the privilege of having Erin on and talk about it. First of all, kind of take us through the steps. How did it start? The whole 9 yards.
Yeah, so it actually started back in 2016. The executive producer, Michelle McNulty, who wrote The Voice, and she's the producer of The Voice since the beginning, somehow she found my wife and I on Instagram. And she reached out to us, and she booked us to be on the pilot of a show called Songland. Mm-hmm. And they sent a crew from NBC, and they filmed and lived with us here in Waco for a week and filmed all the backstory and everything. And they pitched it to the network, and the network decided to shelve it because it was going to be with Adam Levine, and he decided not to do it at the last minute, so they just shelved the show. And so we ended up not being able to be on it, but they revamped it, and it came out for a few years. There was a couple seasons of Songland. They did it. It was a different show, but then fast forward to COVID 2020, and we were doing these house sessions because we couldn't gig anymore. So we were just doing lives on TikTok and Instagram from our living room. And we did a live and sang and stuff. And then the next day I got a phone call, and it was Michelle McNulty's assistant who lives in New York. And she said, "Hey, we watched your Instagram last night. We talked about it. We already showed you guys website and music to all the other producers and decided that you're going to be on the next season. So you don't have to audition. You don't have to send us any tapes. Like, we're good. Just expect your ticket in October and fly out here." So I ended up just literally having a phone call with them, and they said, you're on the next season. So I was like, okay, great, awesome. And she said, "You got plenty of content out on the web. We've seen enough videos. We don't need to see anything else. You're good to go." So I flew out there and did my audition and got 2 chair turns and ended up going with Blake, and that was that.
Now, when you say flew out there, and was it in Hollywood area?
Yeah, so Burbank. They filmed the show in Burbank, Universal Studios, the Universal lot, and so we stayed right there in the middle of Burbank, and all the contestants and people trying out stay together in this huge Hilton hotel. And of course, it was during COVID in California, which was a whole different animal than in Texas.
I bet.
And the way they responded to it, and so we all had to mask up, and we had to get tested every 48 hours to make sure we didn't have it. And so the whole process took it normally takes about a month and a half to film a season. It took us 4 months. So I had to live out in Burbank for 4 months in the hotel.
Wow.
Because everything had to be done one person at a time. They'd bus one person to the studio and film part of their thing, and then bus them back, and then the next person. So it took a long time.
Tell us about once it got rolling, song selection, working with a band or whatever. How did that work?
So it's really awesome. And once you get there, it's just a mad dash of interviews and B-roll and backstories and all these things. And you get to pick from a list of songs. You know, you can't really do any song you want to. They have a preset list because of copyright and all that stuff and licensing.
Right.
And so you pick the song you want, you pitch it to them. They say, yeah, let's do it. That's great. And then you have a date set for rehearsal, and they drive you to the studio, and there's a rehearsal room. You walk in, you meet the band for the first time, you plug in, and they give you about 3 minutes to tune, and then you're off. And they've already learned the song, like they know it, they play it like it is on the album, first out of the gate from scratch. They're all professional musicians. It's unbelievable. So having never met them, they count it off, and you start, and it's like you're playing with the backing tracks from the album right there in the room, live.
Wow.
You get to go through it 3 or 4 times, and then they're like, "Great, we got it. Here's a few notes. We'll see you at the filming." And that's all you get. You get one rehearsal.
Wow.
And then you have to show up on the day. You walk out on stage. They give you a countdown, check your makeup, and say action. They turn the cameras on, and it's what you see on the show. So you
Boom.
get one shot to rehearse and one shot to perform.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It's
incredible.
crazy. It's crazy.
All right, let's talk about the host.
Yeah.
Blake and so forth. Was there any interaction with them?
Yeah, it's, just like with TV, most, TV and movies and anything, you always film way more than you ever make it to the air. And so our actual interaction, my little segment when I did my audition and got the chair turns and everything, they only showed about 2 or 3 minutes on TV. But the conversation was actually closer to an hour and a half.
Wow.
I mean, we talked with Kelly about growing up, and she grew up in Denton, Arlington area, and so she's from Texas, and talked with Nick Jonas about touring through Texas and country music, and Blake and everybody, and we all had these conversations, and just talked like we're doing right now for about an hour and a half, and they edited it down to about 2 minutes on TV.
Wow.
But yeah, we get to spend a good amount of time with them, and great amount of time with Blake. He called all of his people on his team each week and talked to them about their songs. And it was really fun.
Is there one, you don't have to name them, but is there one of the hosts that you just kind of like, I don't know about this one? Or did you like all of them immediately?
I really, really liked all of them immediately. I think the one that I didn't quite click with was probably Nick Jonas.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm not going to say, I don't want to say anything negative about it. I think he's a fantastic songwriter, and he's obviously great at business. He's amazing in the music business. But I think maybe it was an age gap thing,
Right.
Blake and John and Kelly, we're all kind of in this same, we've got kids and we're up in this same area of thing, and he's a younger guy, and but I don't know, he didn't quite seem as interested in having a conversation or relating and stuff, and maybe it's just being that, Kelly and Blake are Texans, and we know how to have conversations with each other and just kind of shoot the breeze, so that was fun.
Well, tell us, for those that did not watch, how it went during the season and how it finished.
Yeah, so I got John and Blake to turn, and I was going to originally go with John Legend just because I love him as a producer. But I kind of was like, well, my vein is country, singer-songwriter, Texas Red Dirt, and Blake knows that really well. He's not going to try to he's not going to try to have me be a country star singing a rap song in a country way, and so I was like, I'm going to go with Blake. So I jumped in with him, and then we went through and we went to the battles part of the show, about the middle of the show, and I got paired up with a younger guy, Connor Christian, and kind of helped him work through the song and do the parts and taught him the harmony parts and stuff. And it was way outside of his lane of what he does. So we got assigned the Jennings song, and major country tune. He's not a country guy, so we kind of helped each other figure it out and created this duet, and we did it. And I ended up losing the battle. Blake ended up picking Connor and putting him through. So I only made it about halfway through the show. I mean, it was great, and the producers told me later they were kind of glad that I got out halfway through, because then that meant I didn't have to sign the 2 to 5 year contracts. Moving forward, I could be free. So, yeah, but it was a great experience. It really, really was.
Yeah, you don't know how many over the years since the singing competition style shows before The Voice and on, how many stories you hear about people that sign the contract and then, they're
And they that's one of the things that I've heard from other people that have been on the show, because when you get to be on that show, you kind of become part of this little tribe of all the people who've been on the show. So you end up getting to meet and know people from all the other seasons. You connect online, and it's this really cool little family. But that's what all of them have said is part of the reason why you almost never see the winners or the top 5 people, with a few exceptions, do much after that, is because they're under contract. And it's up to NBC and Universal and them to decide if and what they want to do with their music year after year after year until they're out of their contract. And then you see lots of times the people who made it to the top 10 or so and then got off, they're out there and they're doing stuff, and because they're free agents, they can release anything they want whenever they want. So,
Well, Aaron, you did a great job, and you should be very proud. You think about how many entertainers, singers there are in America alone, and to be able to make it that far in The Voice, that's a round of applause to you, man.
Thank you. It was
a great job. All right, we're going to get some more music from Aaron coming up. I want to talk to you about Jack of All Trades Employment Services. Helen Underwood and her staff are ready to put you to work, full-time, part-time, or temporary. Or maybe you own a business and you need to hire some people. Well, trust my friends at Jack of All Trades. They're over on Franklin Avenue, been there for many, many years. And they're open Monday through Thursday, I think until 5 o'clock. On Friday, they're open till 6 o'clock. And then they're open every Saturday from about 9 to 1. 6 days a week, you can call them up and find that job. Jack of All Trades, if you need a J-O-B, call J-O-A-T, Jack of All Trades. Back right after this.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress. It's like a wearable hug for your nervous system that helps you calm down and feel better. The Apollo wearable will send gentle vibrations to your body, like a song you can feel instead of hear. You feel better, you sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
When you learn a language with Babbel, you start a journey that takes you further and further. Anytime and anywhere you wish. It's easy and fun. Broadens your horizons and keeps your brain fit. A journey into new thoughts, new cultures, new adventures. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Babbel now. Go to babbel.com or download the app.
BadCreditLoans.com is a pioneering service provider that has carved a reputation in the financial industry for its dedication to helping individuals with bad credit secure loans. By making timely repayments, borrowers can gradually repair their credit history, thereby increasing their chances of securing better loan terms in the future. BadCreditLoans.com serves as a beacon of hope for those with bad credit. Simple, fast, and reliable loan application process. And its commitment to responsible borrowing makes it a trusted partner in the journey towards financial stability.
Did you know nearly all stock price changes of 10% or more result from a single news headline? These news catalysts create trading opportunities every day. All you need is a little help to reach out and take them. It doesn't matter if your investment budget is small or big. All you need is Benzinga Pro and its powerful news alerts, price tracking, and portfolio monitoring. Subscribe now, and we'll skyrocket your portfolio today.
OsleyMD.com.
I've always had thin hair my whole life. It breaks off at a certain length. In the last 6 months, I've noticed it just really bad. I mean, you could totally see it. I wear a hat a lot. I tried several different products. My experience with the Bosley MD hair regrowth kit was amazing. It was easy to use. It let me take off my hat. I could go in public and have my picture taken and feel normal again.
OsleyMD.com.
I don't know, if Bubble wasn't here, I don't know what people would be doing, like making PowerPoints or something. Bubble allows you to make it real and for it to actually work. So I feel like Bubble bridges that gap and being able to give people the opportunity to make their ideas come to life really quickly too. I love that I can sit down and build something the way that I think it should be built and have the control over it.
Bubble turns ideas into fully scalable apps. Try Bubble today.
Hi, I'm Jo from Face Theory. You're going to want to have a specific goal for your skincare routine. What do you want to achieve? Active ingredients are really strong, and if you're using too many at once, your skin can get overwhelmed. Don't overspend on products. Choose products that have scientific research behind them. At Face Theory, if you're not happy with a product, just say so, just give us a shout and we'll give you your money back, no problem.
I know you're gonna love this Kodak Dot Plus printer. You guys just connect it to your smartphone and then you're gonna use the Kodak Photo Print app. It's going to print you a 4x6 photo. I am just in awe. I love how these turned out. Also, the printer comes with a free cartridge of 10 photo sheets. I can assure you, you are going to love this printer as much as my family has. You guys have to check it out for yourself.
Hi, my name's Erica and today I'm going to be taking you through my skincare routine using the Tasmanian Spring Water range from Sand & Sky. This range is really good for dry and dehydrated skin like myself. It's packed with 2 types of hyaluronic acid and fermented sea kelp to reduce redness and irritation, which I experience daily. So that's it. It's so quick and so easy, and my skin feels so dewy and so hydrated.
Hey, we're back here at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. We got Aaron on stage. He's going to sing some more. But first of all, Aaron, when is your birthday?
My birthday is May 14th, 1981.
There you go. You're just a youngster, my friend.
I'm a youngster.
Just a young. When did you start growing the beard?
So I started growing a beard back in 2012. We were in Houston doing music at a big church, and then moved to Austin to plant another church that had a couple campuses.
Yeah.
I thought, man, if I move into Austin, Houston, I needed to be clean cut and look shiny and happy and plastic. But when we moved to Austin, I was like, yes, I can be myself. I can show my tattoos again. I can let people know that I have my ear pierced. It's awesome. There's a whole different church scene in Austin than there is in Houston. So I started growing it and had it ever since.
And is there a story on the hat? Where'd you get the hat? I like it.
So I'm a big hat guy. I have a collection of, I think I'm at about 19 vintage fedoras at this point.
Love it.
And so we were, last year I wrote a title track for an indie film that's qualified for an Oscar, actually.
Really?
And so I was repping the film and the song in Dallas at the Fort Worth Film Festival. And I found this hat at this really fun little shop. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've always wanted a Stetson Open Road, so that's going in the collection. That's
I like it.
One.
Very good. All right, we've got some celebrity birthdays today, and see if you recognize any of these names. Adrienne Barbeau. If you remember her, two things about her, Kevin, is she had big hands, if you know what I mean. I just remember that about Adrienne. She was born in 1919. Frank Beard, drummer for ZZ Top, was born in 1936. Joe Montana, the great quarterback, Hall of Famer, was born same year as me. We're same age, 1956. Wow. 1959, Hugh Laurie, actor, was born. 1969, Peter Dinklage, I think is how you pronounce his last name. He's the little person actor. He was born in 69. Claire Holt is an Australian actress, born in 1981. Shia LaBeouf, born in 86. And we got some local birthdays. I want to say happy birthday today to my, I guess I could say future brother-in-law would be our current girlfriend's brother. And anyway, Adam Krupp, who, you speaking of Houston, he works down in Houston, originally from Mount Pleasant. Adam Krupp having a birthday today. Sean Etienne, happy birthday. Mary Cox, Charles Starr, Tara Rosekrantz, Shannon Stewart having a birthday today. Have a great day. Make it your day on your birthday. My friend Scotty is standing by from the Pete Sousa Show to talk about sports. What's up, Scotty?
What's going on, Zach? How you doing?
Well, it's good to hear from you, my friend. Pete back from his big trip in Hawaii?
He is. We had our first live show back together yesterday, and it was a delight, man. It felt like it'd been way too long.
Did he bring back some poi and pineapple?
Not for me.
Well,
but neither did you, to be fair.
That's true. I forgot about it. Hey, so what are you going to talk about on the show today?
Man, we are going to talk about the New York Knicks desperately searching for a head coach. The Dallas Mavericks turned down their opportunity to interview Jason Kidd, so they are still hunting. The Rockets turned down their opportunity to interview their head coach as well. So the Knicks kind of desperately looking for a new guy. And we'll talk about Scott Drew made some comments yesterday about this new House settlement to pay college athletes and how it's going to prevent any Rob Wright situations in the future.
Right.
Scott Drew doesn't stir the pot a lot, but that felt like about as bold as he's been about something. He made some pretty unfiltered comments. I appreciated that. And then we're going to talk about the U.S. Open coming up. Murph Barton will join us to talk about odds and maybe you should play some money on in terms of the U.S. Open.
You know, I was watching Pardon the Interruption. I like those two guys. And they were both talking about the Knicks. We're talking about, you got to look at what they just did to their coach, firing him, and he had a good record, so forth. So that makes you think, are these guys stable? And then the other thing is they were saying is Kidd would be crazy to leave the Mavericks to go there.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely. Yeah, the Mavericks have shown over multiple generations now that they will hold on to coaches for a long time and give you every opportunity to be successful. They had Donnie Nelson for a long time. Rick Carlisle had many years, right? Kidd has won enough that I think he's very secure there. Meanwhile, Tom Thibodeau for the Knicks, they just had their best season in over a quarter century.
Exactly.
And he got fired.
Crazy.
Right. So I agree with him completely. I think Kidd could be in Dallas for another decade if he wanted, and I'm not sure he'll get that much leash in New York.
All right, Scotty, thank you so much, buddy. We'll look forward to listening to you today, 10 o'clock. If not, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. See ya.
Scotty with the Pete Sousa Show. Talking Sports comes up after 10. Aaron is like a crazed man waiting for a pork chop up there saying, let me sing some more. So we're going to go back to stage, main stage, we call it here at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill, and get another song from Aaron.
Yeah, all right. You're now measured by the day you're born or die, but by the dash and the time in between. It's not the gold on your head, and not the crown on your bed, not the words you said, but the ones you mean. Life ain't easy. It's a cruel game she plays. You put your best hand down, and she's gonna call you bluff someday. When the chips they fall, and the final card's been laid, ain't about how much you want, it's how you play. Oh, my father was a man of few words. He worked hard from sun up to sundown, and He never took much from this Texas glade till he gave his breath away to the ground. And life ain't easy, it's a cruel game she plays. You put your best hand down, she's gonna call you bluff someday. When the chips they fall and the final card's been laid, ain't about how much you won, it's how you play. No, it ain't about how much you won, it's how you play. Thank you.
You know, I've asked everyone that's been a songwriter, so I've got to ask you, because it amazes me. I'd love to be a songwriter. I have these thoughts in my mind, I just can't do it. But are you a spur of the moment, or do you just grab at things over a period of time and then put it together? One guy I talked to, an older gentleman, and he says, heck, man, I got to write it right then because I'll forget about it, you know? What kind of writer are you?
So I am a story farmer. I'm a collector of seeds and scattering seeds, and everywhere I go, I have probably 17 or 18,000 notes on my phone. And most of them are 2 or 3 phrases or sentences, because as I'm going throughout the day, literally 10 times a day, I'll see something and I'll go, huh, I wonder what it'd be like from that perspective, or I wonder what it'd be like to say that to someone, and I'll very quickly have to go in and write it down. And then I go, when I'm alone, I'll go back alone in my songwriting time, and I'll be pulling up this line and this thought, and what would it be like to have that perspective, and what if this person was saying this, and then they'll all come together like a batch of cookies and get mixed together and turn into this thing.
Right.
And so yeah, for me, it's just a constant. I've got to write this down. I got to remember this. I got to write this down, and just watching and always looking for storylines.
Aaron, if there is a young kid and it seems like they're starting younger and younger and getting more popular at a younger age than ever before because of social media and the internet and so forth being exposed. You know, just recently here at the Backyard, a kid just turned 17, sold out 3,500 tickets, never had a hit song on the radio. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But if there is a youngster out there, male or female, that says, I want to be a writer, I'm going to try, what's your advice to them?
So I would say that writing, just write. One of my biggest influences and mentors of just watching his life is the producer Rick Rubin, who did, Tom Petty and countless other acts. Very, very well-known producer. And one thing he said that I heard about 20 years ago is he said, write the music that you want to sing and let it go like a balloon. Write what you want to write. And as you do that, if you're not constantly trying to go, well, what do people want to hear? What is it? It needs to sound like this, and I need to write these kind of chords and this. I just say write what you want to write your art. And then the second most important thing is build a tribe of diehard fans. If you have 500 diehard fans that will buy every ticket, show up at every bar, buy every t-shirt, repost every post that you do, download every song that you put out, then you will be able to make it. It will build from there, but you have to build a tribe that is your family of people that love you. Instead of trying to get the big dogs to notice you and be knocking on every door, build a tribe around you that will follow you everywhere, and then that will grow into something.
That is great advice. Also, what do you think about, a lot of times we'll talk about somebody that is local and they are young and they get asked back to play the same place, the same town over and over.
Yep.
Can you get too much exposure playing the same place, the same time, the same everything? Or do you need to hold back a bit and branch out more?
Yeah, I think that you can. When Amanda and I moved back, when we moved back to Waco from Austin in 2014, we had no jobs. Nothing. I mean, we literally were staying in the back room of my mother-in-law's house. I mean, we had nothing. And so we had to start from scratch again. We started playing circuits around Waco, and we had about 9 venues that we would play in a circuit. So we were probably doing about 10 shows a month on average or more. And that was our only source of living. And we did that for about 2 years. We would do residencies and play at pretty much every venue in Waco. And then we intentionally took a break because we started noticing, oh, okay, well, we have our diehard 50 people that show up every time, but it's not, we're losing some excitement. It's kind of like if you have Sunday dinner every Sunday and every Sunday. Sometimes it's like, hey, let's take a Sunday off and, go back and be alone. So I definitely think it's important to make sure that, young artists in small towns starting out play enough that you don't lose your track and momentum with your fans, but you have to disappear a little bit too. You have to go outside your city a little bit too, and then come back. I think that's super, super important.
Yeah, you can only eat pot roast on family dinner days for so long,
So many times. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
All right, Aaron's going to come back, and we're going to wrap it up here with another song. But I want to talk to you about my friends over at Be Kind Coffee on Washington Avenue. Those guys are great when it comes to coffee. We're talking about Peru coffee. I bet they've got some over there. They make their own pastries. They got their own bagels they make. They're on Washington Avenue, and they're open pretty much all the time. Great people, great building, great facility. Be Kind Coffee on Washington Avenue. Also, my friend over at Mike's Car Care Center. They're located on Sanger Avenue. Whether you need a brake job, oil and filter change, maybe you need a tire rotation, whatever it is, my buddies at Mike's Car Care are ready to serve you. Honest, dependable, get the job done right the first time. Number 732-1202. 732-1202. Set up an appointment with Mike's Car Care Center on Sanger Avenue. Great folks over there. And of course, you can't say enough about the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill, where they have great lunch at 11 o'clock. They have music. They have fun and games, karaoke on Sunday. It's just a great place to come hang out, even if it's raining outside, which, by the way, I think the rain is going to move back in a little bit after noon today. There's about a 50% chance of rain. And there's a pretty good chance of rain all week long here in Waco. But here's the deal. By golly, it may interrupt your golf game, but by golly, that golf course needs that rain right now. You'll appreciate it come August when we get rain right now. Aaron, thank you so much, buddy, for being on the show. It's been a pleasure having you here and hear the stories about your time on The Voice, about writing. I love that. And that's the whole purpose when they asked me to do this show. I want local people that can contribute with music and writing and stories. I love it.
Yep, me too. It's awesome. Thanks for having me so much. I appreciate it. And this is so cool that Waco is doing this. You're doing this kind of thing to show people the amount of talent and songwriters and artists and storytellers that are here in Waco that sometimes don't get seen. So
yeah. Do you have any gigs or any shows or anything in the near area in the future?
So
here?
We don't have any on the books for Waco right now. Our last show was last weekend down in Taylor, Texas at the Black Sparrow Music Parlor. And but we've been doing a lot more festivals. So we've got a few different folk festivals and songwriter festivals coming up. But they're all in the Dripping Springs area, Dallas-Fort Worth area. We'll be at the Dallas Songwriter Festival later this fall, and then we'll be at Dripping Springs Songwriter Festival, and then Whitefish, I think, out in Montana. So not too many local ones, but we're trying to get some on the books.
All right.
Yep.
Sounds great. What song have you selected? By the way, I didn't ask you this earlier, but what was the first song you sang on The Voice?
It was Ordinary World by Duran Duran.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's been my absolute favorite song since I was a little kid. The very first mixtape that my brother made me from the radio from 97.5 back in the 90s, that was the first song on that mixtape. And so I learned it. I played it until it wore out. And I walk around my house singing it. So when I was looking at the list, my wife saw it and was like, "You have to sing this." Okay,
it just jumped out at you, huh?
Immediately, yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. All right, what song are you going to close it out with?
All right, well, this is a tune. This is a really fun little upbeat song that my wife and I wrote called Church House.
All right.
There's an old church house on the edge of town. They say lovers go there to lay their burdens down. So take my hand, let's go tonight. There's some things I must tell you. Don't be afraid, it'll be alright. So come lay your healing hands on me. 'Cause I once was blind, but now I see. And I'm just a prodigal looking for the light. Oh, I may be lost, but I'm gonna be found in your arms tonight. Oh, we've all got our demons. We're all broken at best. We're all hiding scars, baby, all deep down in our chest. Take a chance on me. Oh, you might be surprised. Oh, and what if we fall? Oh, but what if we fly? So come lay your healing hands on me. I once was blind, oh, but now I see. And I'm just a prodigal looking for the light. Oh, I may be lost, I'm gonna be found in your arms tonight. I may be lost, but I'm gonna be found in your arms tonight.